Hey guys. So you would think that somebody who essentially has businesses that are online and kind of technologically centered would actually know how to use technology. But apparently today is not my day. So I started one and then it said that it was live by my other page, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't actually live on my big public page, because some of this stuff I just want to share within this group and not within the general public. So I deleted that, so sorry about that if you guys were popping on there. But anyways, I just wanted to hop on here today. It's been a little bit since I've done a Facebook Live, and trust me, I have a gazillion things I want to talk to you guys about, but I just I don't know, the days keep getting away from me. So I had a couple minutes and I wanted to talk about something that I was thinking about this morning in the shower, because I feel like I have my best thoughts in the shower. And so that's just because our mind is kind of turned off and we're kind of on autopilot, and we can allow that creative part of our brain to come forth. So what I wanted to share was just some thoughts on reframing our thoughts about our bodies. So it's really, really easy to get caught up in, hi Barry, that's kind of cool. I guess Facebook is now letting me know who is, like, when you pop on. I just got a little notification that said that Barry had joined. So hello. So what were they saying? Oh, so reframing our thoughts about our bodies. So it's really easy in today's world to get caught up in all of the things we don't like about our bodies. And that's, a lot of the reason that you guys are even in this group is because you're seeking, hi Barry, so good. Thank you for joining and thank you for commenting. There's 2 people on here now, so it makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself like a crazy person, because I talk to myself all day and I talk to my dogs, but when I'm on here, it's like I'm talking to myself again. But it's really easy for us to get caught up in all of the things that we don't like about our bodies. And I know that's why some of you guys are here, is you're wanting to kind of reframe this relationship with your body. And it's really hard in today's society, because everywhere we turn, the media and advertising, everybody is telling us that unless we have a body that looks a certain way, unless we're at a certain weight, unless we fit into a certain size clothes, then we are essentially less than ideal. We are less than perfect. Like, I could go on and on about that, and I know you guys all know that as well. So so it's really easy to get caught up in that, and I think it's important for us to kind of start reframing it. And in my own health journey and in the work that I have done with people, mindset is like, some people say mindset is like 70% of the game, but I honestly feel like mindset is like 95% of the game. Learning how to shift these thoughts, these limiting beliefs that we have, and shift them into a new way of looking at the world. Because when the way we see the world shifts, the way we see ourselves shifts too. So it's really important to focus on mindset, and that cannot be extracted from any kind of healing. That has to be the core thing that we do whatever the issue is that we're healing, whether it be chronic illness or an eating disorder or our relationship to our body. We really have to come back to mindset and really kind of reframing the limiting beliefs that we have. So today in the shower, I was washing my hair and I was just thinking about all of this time that I have spent hating my body. Like, avoiding looking in the mirror because I hated the way I looked. My arms were too flabby. My belly had too much fat on it. My legs were too big. I could go on and on with the things that I really hated and disliked about my body. But then I learned to start reframing that into, okay, there's all these things that I don't like about my body, but let's think about all of the amazing things that our bodies do for us every single day. The mere fact that we are able to get out of bed in the morning and have another day on this earth is pretty amazing when you think about it, because there's a lot of stuff coming at us in our environment, in our air, in our water, in our food. We are constantly bombarded by toxins. We are bombarded by radiation. Our bodies really are doing a pretty amazing job of keeping us alive. So one thing that was really helpful for me when I was learning to kind of shift out of this body hate place was whenever I started having these urges of like, oh, I hate such and such about my body, or I wish I could change this, or I really don't like that, or how could somebody ever love me if I look like this, was to think about all of the amazing things that my body does for me every single day. So there's thousands, millions of things that our body does every day. Our liver works around the clock detoxifying our body. And our poor livers are really getting quite taxed because of the world that we live in. Our heart keeps pumping the blood through our body. Our lungs keep letting us breathe in and breathe out. You know, our lymph system circulates to help detoxify. You know, our blood runs to all of our extremities, to our hands, into our feet, into our brain. Our digestive system takes the things that we put into our body and it breaks it down into these usable things, chemicals and compounds that help our body stay alive. So, I mean, that's just a couple of tiny little things. The body does, I mean, thousands and thousands of things every day that keeps us alive. But if we can reframe, whenever we start sliding, I always call it going to the dark place, because for me, it was going to a dark place. If I entertained those thoughts about all of the things that I didn't like about myself or about my body, or all the things that I wished I could change, it was a slippery slope. I would slide into this dark area and I would stay there for hours, possibly days, or sometimes, like when my depression would be really bad, I would stay there for weeks of just this like heavy, sad, melancholy feeling. And that's a really miserable way to live your life. So if you are struggling with looking in the mirror you don't have to love. I think that's one thing that the body positivity movement, I love the body positivity movement, and I think it's really important. But I also think that people think that by being body positive, it means that every single time you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, you're beautiful, I love you, you're perfect, you're awesome, all of these things. But come on, that's not real life. We don't have to love every single thing about us every single minute of the day. We are humans. We have thoughts. We have influences from the outside world. But the difference is being able to catch yourself whenever you start heading down that slippery slope into the dark place of taking a step back, taking a breath, and really saying, okay, I might not necessarily like this thing about me, whatever it is, but what else is my body doing that is pretty amazing? I have legs that can take me distances. I can go for a walk. I can walk from here to my car. I can walk up the stairs at work. You know, I have a heart that beats and keeps that blood circulating through my body. I have a brain that is capable of thinking amazing thoughts and creating amazing things in this world. So when we can start reframing things, we can start to see some shifts happen. And this is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's not something that's necessarily going to be easy, because sometimes our unwanted behaviors and our limiting beliefs and our bad habits, those are very, very ingrained in us. And so when we start kind of pushing against those a little bit, we're going to have a little bit of resistance. We might have a little bit of pain and discomfort because it's just what we've known for so long. But if I could offer you guys any little piece of advice, it would be to slowly start trying to reframe these things. And this applies to other areas other than just body. I mean, this could be your relationship with food. This could be your relationships at work. It could be your marriage. It could be your relationships with your kids. Whatever those things are, those triggers that you have that kind of send you down that spiral to that dark place, try to catch yourself when you're there. Try to at least become aware of it. And then over time, you can take a step back, you can breathe into it, and you can say, okay, I acknowledge that I'm having these feelings, and these are totally legitimate feelings. They're my feelings. There's nothing wrong about them. But what can I do to shift those negative feelings into something more positive and more uplifting? So that is kind of my message for today. I was going to try to keep this at like a 2-minute food for thought session, but as usual, I like to talk a lot, so I just went on and on. But yeah, so if I could leave you with one thing, it would be to don't underestimate the importance of mindsets and really focusing on your thoughts and how they are impacting the rest of your life. It's a huge, huge thing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys today. I'm actually going to be having some slots open up in September, some coaching slots. I've got a special little thing that I'm doing in September. So I'm not going to be announcing it publicly. I'm just going to be announcing it here in the group, and then I announced it in my newsletter. But if you guys are interested in potentially working together in September, if you want to learn more about the special stuff that I'm setting up, leave me a comment down below or send me a direct message, or you can email me over at support@jessicaespinoza.com, and I can get back to you with more details on that. But thank you so much for watching, Barry. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that this was helpful. And I see Vicky just popped on. I like that Facebook tells me now when, it doesn't tell me when every single person pops on, but it tells me when some people pop on. So Barry and Vicky, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you guys have questions or need any extra support, leave me comments down below so that I can support you on your journey. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.